Welcome back, folks, to We the Militia. Happy Veterans Day to all of those of you who have served. Semper Fi. The point of the video today is blue collar. I understand that everybody wants to succeed in life. I understand that everybody wants to win. And that's a good thing. That's part of the reason why we are where we are as a species. You want to do the best you can. And there's nothing wrong with that in the world. So, here's the point of the video. Why does everyone want to be a millionaire? No. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand the appeal of it. I do. You do whatever you want. You buy whatever you want. You consume. Because as humans, that's what we do. We consume. We take. It's not a bad thing. It's an evolutionary response to being the absolute dominant species on the planet. Genetically, it's ingrained in you. If you didn't want to win, if you didn't want to succeed, then you're genetically flawed. See? Because every species has wanted to succeed. Every species has wanted to survive. Every species has wanted to excel. But only we as humans do. Now, with that said, let's take into account, I understand that we want to succeed, and I get that. But why, oh why, do we put so much emphasis on being a millionaire? On being super rich? Why do we put so much emphasis on it? I mean, yeah, it's fun to think about sometimes, and that's cool. But at the end of the day, it's silly. We are the strongest species on the planet. And we, speaking to my American followers, are the greatest nation on the planet. And if you don't believe that, you're wrong. Like, think about it this way, okay? A cat, a dog, a bear, a mongoose, a fish, a spider, all of them struggle every day to find their next meal. We can go have it handed to us. Do you understand the genetic success that is? Now, let's put that aside for a second and talk about us Americans. We have that very same attitude toward money. And that's where we're doing ourselves a disservice. Because there are more important things than money. Think about it this way. Everybody wants to be a millionaire. Why? So they can do this and they can do that and they can go here and they can go there and they can buy this and they can buy that and blah, 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 blah. I want to drive this car. I want to watch this movie. I want to this and that and this and that. It's kind of silly, really, at the end of the day. We don't have to worry about the things that drive other animals. I won't say lower life forms because I have dogs, I have cats, I've had pets my whole life, and I love them to death. They are better than people in most cases. That aside, we do this because they tell us we're supposed to. We strive for money. We strive to have those things that the guy across the street doesn't have. We strive for that. We do. As a society, it's a fact. George A. Romero's movie Dawn of the Dead was a parody on commercialism. And that's what we are. I mean, that's what we've become. There's no changing that. Nobody defeats it. Not even me. Like, I'm not preaching from a soapbox here. I'm talking as one of you. Like, think about it this way. You don't need to buy that new Marvel movie. But you do, because you weren't fortunate enough to see it in the theater, and you want to watch it now. You don't need that super loud exhaust on your sports car, because it just makes it sound so badass, but at the same time it annoys everybody around you, and it's really unnecessary. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, the things that we use our money for, you don't need. And I'm getting to the point, folks. Give me a minute. And so, why do you need all that money? Why do you need all that money? Whatever happened in this country to being blue collar? Just working and earning what you got. Listen, if you're fortunate enough, you've done the work, you put in the time, you had an idea, whatever the case may be. If you're fortunate enough to own over $1 million, congratulations. No, I mean that. I'm not being sarcastic. Congratulations. You, sir or ma'am, have had a brilliant life. And I'm happy that you were able to succeed. But at the same time, why does anybody need $1 million? Here's why I bring this up, folks. It's always shoved in our face to be a millionaire. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong genetically for a drive to succeed. But And this is one of the things that frustrates me at times with my country, as much as I love you. There's nothing wrong with being blue collar. There's nothing wrong with going out in the field, in the mines, on the manufacturing line, in the grocery store. There's nothing wrong with being blue collar, with fighting for a living, with working for a living. There's too much emphasis in this country, in my opinion, on having to be rich. And like I said, there's a difference between having to be rich and a genetic desire to succeed. There will always be a genetic desire to succeed. And for those people who are fortunate to have millions and billions of dollars, I honestly applaud you. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. But at the same time, this is why I can be happy for you. Because I don't have millions of dollars. Hell, I don't even have thousands of dollars. But I make do. I make do. And I sit here on my porch and I enjoy life. I honestly think a lot more people could benefit from that. Because I don't think enough people enjoy life now. And I think, this is my opinion, only and solely my opinion. I think that people lack happiness, they lack contentness because they are too focused on physical things and the spending of money. And that's why they're not content with doing what this country was founded on, with doing what I'm not going to finish that because I don't know what generation you are, so I don't want to imply things. This country was founded on blue collar work by blue collar men. Yeah, you got your George Washingtons and your Thomas Jeffersons and your Benjamin Franklins, and quite frankly, the fact remains, though I respect those men, I thank God for those men. The fact remains, they're your Obamas, they're your Trumps, they're your Clintons, they're your Bushes, they're your just rich people who are doing what rich people do. And quite frankly, I've been exposed to rich society and I've been exposed to politics, and the fact remains that at the end of the day, no matter what it is you do, no matter what it is you say, when it comes to politics, you're being dishonest. When it comes to your daily interactions, because it's been ingrained in you for so long. You lack honesty. You lack heart. That wasn't something that happened in a blue-collar America. You gave a damn about your neighbor down the street. You gave a damn about the guy that was teaching your kid in school because you cared about what your kid was learning. You cared enough to spend time with your kids. You cared enough to sacrifice money for your kids. To sacrifice the most valuable of things, time and effort and food on a very base level. You gave. You built things to quality because you believed in your hands. You believed if you put your name on something, that it meant something. It's an older time. It's a different time. In my opinion, a wiser time. Because in that time, being blue collar, it wasn't a bad thing. Being blue collar was one of the best of things. Because it meant that you were gonna bust your ass. You were gonna do what you needed to do to take care of the ones you loved. And you loved your neighbor. You loved somebody who taught your kid. You loved all of them. And even if you didn't love them, you at least respected them. And you had the decency to say something to their face. The blue-collar time in this country was a great time. But these days we're so tied up in the internet, and we're so tied up on Instagram, we're so tied up on Facebook and YouTube and this and that and the third, that we forgot how to deal with people, honestly. We forgot how people work. That's the problem with everyone wanting to be a millionaire. Because who cares? At the end of the day, what does it matter? The amount of money in my bank account. At the end of the day, you might have bought a brand new plane with your money. But again, at the end of the day, I've seen a good chunk of the world. I've been a published writer twice. I had the honor back in 2003. Sorry, 2004. I had the honor of standing at the Iwo Jima Monument and raising and lowering flags on that monument for Marines who had retired that day. I had the honor of once meeting the Secretary of Defense. I had the honor of, for a short time, being a professional wrestler and doing something I'd always dreamed of doing. Didn't pan out for me, but hey, such is life, right? I had the honor of a mother who busted her ass for me. I had the honor of a father who, despite his flaws, he never really took it easy on me. I had the honor of coming from a family of those who serve. They served our nation in multiple wars across generations. I have the honor of being able to say that I served myself in the United States Marine Corps. Do you see the pattern? I can't tell you what to do, and I wouldn't propose to. But what I would ask of you is to just flip the switch on the way you think about things. Stop thinking being blue collar is bad. Yeah, sometimes it's a struggle. Yeah, sometimes it sucks. But it builds character. Show me a man who has never suffered hardship, and I will show you a weak man. Show me a man who has suffered hardship, and I will show you a man who is capable of anything. So yeah. I know kinda what I'm spouting here is old school, but the fact remains that sometimes old school is right school. Be honest. Value your word. Value your name. Put in a hard day's work. I promise you, it will do you a world of favor. Stop wanting that next big thing. Yeah, if you're fortunate, maybe it will come, but sometimes it won't. And sometimes a bigger man is measured by his losses, not his successes. And that's it. That's it. Stop feeling inadequate because you don't have what somebody else has. Stop feeling sorry for yourself and start being grateful Because I promise you, no matter what's going on in your life, it can always get worse. An outlook determines reality. The reality you live in is up to you. You can be positive and you can make positive change in the world. Or you could be negative and look at everything wrong with your life and constantly suffer. Me? I choose the latter. The former. Excuse me. I choose the former. I know that I have lived a good life, and I am grateful for the people who have had the chance to be in my life. And I got all of that because of a veteran. I got all of that from somebody's mother, son, brother, grandson. I got all of that because of them. Because that's what Veterans Day is all about. I think I'm done ranting for now, but thank you all for tuning in. This has been another episode of We Are the Militia. If you're so inclined, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, and pound on that notification bell so that you are aware of all of our videos as soon as they post. Semper Fi, brothers and sisters. I love all of you. Hoorah.